All right, got two means of recording here. So let's go back to where we left off from last week. So last week what we did was we used AdBeat to spy to find some campaigns that we could possibly run. And so these are the ones that we pulled that look promising. And actually, what I did was I'm tripping. Uh, Actually, I did a couple of. Oh, I did Medicare. I did a Medicare campaign, which I'll show you, and I also did a IRS like a tax debt campaign too, but which I can't. I don't think we saw that on here, but it's another one that's pretty popular. Um, so so before we get into that, I wanted to get into like some of the basics of how we run campaigns. All right, and some certain things that you definitely need to have. All right, so one of the main things that you always have to have is tracking. All right, so anytime you're going to be spending money on traffic, then you want to be able to track everything. When I say tracking, I mean you want to know like where every click goes, if there's a conversion, if there's a sale or whatever, where it came from. As far as like keywords, as far as which ad, as far as which placement, like you need to know all of that stuff because if you don't know that stuff, then you're wasting your money. All right, because I'll give you an example. This is one of my pet peeves. I just hate this. Hate it, hate it, hate it. But sometimes you'll start a campaign and for whatever reason tracking doesn't work. So let's just say you spend um, I don't know, spend $500 and you get, say you might get, I don't know, say you might get five conversions. All right, so say you get five conversions at $40 each, so you make $200 from the 500 that you spent, and you tested five different ads. All right, if you're not, and you tested two different landing pages. So if you don't properly track, you're not going to know which landing page, you're not going to know which ad actually produced the conversions. All right, so basically, out of the $200 that you made, you don't know where it came from. You don't know what ad to pause. Which ads to send more traffic to. Nothing. So in other words, even though you actually, and actually, even if you broke even, let's say you actually made $500 and from your $500, the only thing that you know is that overall, I mean, first of all, that's a really good sign. And so, but you can't really go any further unless you know exactly, where the conversions came from. All right. And so that's where tracking comes in. So tracking is a huge important thing. And for that, and you need to use software. For a long time, like I just kind of tracked manually, using the stats from the CPA network. I mean, this is years ago, and and it worked fine for me. I was able to make a lot of money. But once I really start embracing tracking, getting to tracking, I was like, man, I left so much money on the table. If I would have tracked properly, I could have been that much more profitable. So tracking is key. And what I use for tracking is CPV Lab. So here I'll give you CPV Lab. And this is a tried and true platform. It's been around for a while. Obviously they've updated it, but but it's what I use. This is my go-to for a lot of different reasons. It's not as flashy, it's not as pretty as a lot of the newer testing solutions out here, but it does some stuff that none of these other ones do. So I like it. I'll make this red, bold, bigger. All right, so CV Lab. So the next thing, important thing that goes hand in hand with tracking is testing. All right, so testing is super important because that's the only way you're going to know what works and what doesn't work. All right, because here's kind of like what what this whole game is kind of like. I'll give you where to go get. Yes, these are affiliate links because I'm an affiliate. Plus, I'm recommending to you. So if you buy it, hey, as a recognition. All right, so this one's superstars.com / what was it? I'm drawing up blank. Oh, LPG. All right, this is landing page genius. So this is CPV Lab, and you know the name infers it's about CPV, but you know, it tracks anything, everything. They need to rename it because not a lot of people don't CPV anymore. All right, so CPV Lab. So this is called landing page genius. And again, you know, you don't have to buy all these tools, but I'm showing you what I do. So this is what I use. This is what I do. That's the only thing I can show you is, you know, my system. And these two things are vital to my system. So so this is testing, and then this this is a tracking platform, and then this is specifically for multivariate testing on the landing page. All right, and it integrates with this. So I'm going to show you how it works. So let's see here. All right, so everybody, you know, does everybody kind of have an idea of why tracking is important? Do I need to get into that more? You got to have a basic. Oh shit! Same thing. My bad. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to do the freaking screen. My bad, y'all. All right, so anyway, you didn't miss much. I just was saying this is what we kind of got from last week, and so I wanted to start off by establishing, you know, these foundational items that we need for every campaign. So does everybody kind of get the gist of tracking and testing? Or I will gladly get into it more if I need to. All right, cool. Seems like everybody's. Okay, all right. So let me see what else I need to show you before we get into it. Okay, just so you know, too, we talked about this last week a little bit, but I want to reiterate. You know, you basically have two main ways that you can set your campaign. One is direct linking, which, as the name implies, you're just linking directly to the offer. And then you have using a pre-sale page. Okay, and a pre-sale page can be, it can be, you know, it could be a landing page, it could be a squeeze page, it could be, you know, whatever page is between the ad and the offer is going to be a pre-sale page. All right, so in my experience, pre-sale pages outperform direct linking 90% of the time. There are a few areas where direct linking is better, like apps, for example. If you just download them directly to apps, but even sometimes their pre-sale pages are good. But apps, sometimes games. Let's see what else. You have to test it. Sometimes VSLs. I'm not even gonna put VSL because I would say 90% of the VSLs that I've done still do better with the pre-sale page. So so obviously, we're going to be focused on pre-sale pages, but sometimes, especially if you're testing out multiple offers, sometimes it makes sense to direct link at first, just so you can see what converts. It's more likely it's not going to be profitable, but just see what converts, so then you can kind of know what offer to pursue. All right. So, but everybody initially just has the temptation to direct link because it's easy. It's easiest thing to do. All right. But as I'm about to show you, it doesn't always work out very well. All right, so I'm going to show you like a real campaign that I started it was like last week, I think. To be honest, I totally have not been watching it, but anyway. So let me show you. Let me see the first offer. This the first thing I want to show you. I think it's this one. Okay, yeah. So what we did here is I had an offer, which is here. Okay, yeah, this is the offer right here. All right, so this is the offer. This is what it looks like. Okay. I guess it's not. It must have. But it must have. It must have shut it down. All right. Well, I'm trying. It was. Oh, here. I know what it was. It was. It was. It was cutirs.com. Okay, so this was the offer, and so when I first looked at it, I was like, well, I didn't know exactly what to put in front of it as far as a pre-sale page, and it wasn't just coming out asking for like a straight email or whatever. It's kind of like a little form and step through. And mind you, this is on the phone. This is like all mobile. So I'm like, all right, well, let me just try the direct link, see what happens, see how it does. And as you can see from tracking, didn't do so well. Basically, we got 969 clicks. And actually, I'm trying to think how much were these clicks. Okay, so yeah, this is what we got here. So we basically spent $225, and we got like 1,000 clicks directly to this page, and we got 0 conversions. All right, 0 conversions. Now, I will tell you, part of the issue was where the traffic came from, because I think when I just started this thing, I wasn't like really paying attention. So if you look here, I think most of the traffic came from apps, okay, which is probably not the best. Okay, so you can go look at placements. So yeah, so like mostly all the traffic came from apps and YouTube, which doesn't convert that well. Because what happened was, whenever you start a campaign, normally, like the very first traffic that you get is app traffic. So you can opt out of it. I mean, you can get some stuff to convert on app traffic, as you may have seen from the, from the secret traffic source webinar. But like the thing about it, like this, I had never tested this on app traffic. This particular offer, so I had no idea. So I really should have just tested it with placements first, but I didn't. And like as soon as you turn it on, like stuff starts really fast. Depending on how much you bid. So anyway, so that was like a total bust. So I was like, okay, well, definitely need to get a. Actually, no. Actually, I didn't go to landing page route yet. I wanted to try this on Facebook, which I don't think I have yet. But this is an example to you of the dangers of direct linking, and also the dangers of not being prepared for the app traffic if you don't want it. Which in this case, I really didn't want it. But anyway, so that's that. But that's an example of a campaign from that. I'll show you the ads again. Basically, the ads, and these are responsive ads, so they change based on the shape of and the size of what they have available. So basically, the main thing is pretty simple. If you owe more than 10K, then they want your information tax debt fire. So I thought it looked pretty good and everything, but I think it was just that the app traffic just didn't work with it. So as a matter of fact, I probably will. I'm going to revisit this and take out the app traffic and just, you know, just have website traffic and see how that goes. But that's that. So actually, no, but I can't do it right now anyway because the offer went down. So anyway, yeah, so I need to either find another offer or, kind of scrap it. So at this point, since I didn't really make any money, I don't have a problem scrapping it. So let's look at this other offer. Here, before I move on, any questions on this? Everybody understand what I did? Understand what I did wrong? Is this white hat? Yes, this is white hat. It's white hat. It's white hat. I'm not cloaking this. This is on GDN. Yes, it's on GDN. All right, so that's that. So now I want to look at another thing that I did. Man, I got so many freaking accounts open. I can't remember what it was. Okay, so here's another one. Here's another one. So now this is a Facebook account, and so this is an ad that I wrote for Medigap Insurance. Here, I'll show you the offer. I'll show you the offer. Picture of our lovely president. I won't show the whole ad. And then I'll do a preview. Let's see here. Preview. All right, so this is a Facebook ad that I placed for another offer. So let me show you the offer real quick. All right, so here's my ad. Okay, so this is a Medigap. It's like a Medicare supplemental insurance. Let me see if I can find the offer. What is my stuff? I think I'm going to go to the right place. No. All right, I need to look up the thing here. Medigap, where are you? There we go. All right. So this is Medigap. Let me show you the offer. All right, so this is the offer. And again, I started off on mobile, like I pretty much do everything. And so this is this is it. They fill out this form, little form, and I don't forget what it pays. I can't remember what it pays, but it's like $10 or something like that, I think. So, um, so yeah, so this is the offer, right? So of course, I didn't want to send traffic directly to this page, so I did a pre-sale page, which is I just had it open. All right, so this is the pre-sale page, and really simple. And again, this was designed for a phone. So and if I got once I got this to work, I would have tried to make this like an email capture. So when they tap to get started, actually ask for email. But right now, I just wanted to go. I just wanted this to just be a little bit of a buffer in front of the offer. Like I was saying last week, just a little hand holding for the kiss. Just something to kind of like not send directly to a form. So, but for now, they just clap, tap there, click here, whatever, and then they go to the offer that I showed you. All right, so they go from that ad to this to the offer. All right, and so let's look at tracking. And so basically, we have had. All right, so this is what this stuff means. So I did 6 different ads. All right, or actually 5 different ads here, and so this shows all of the traffic that each ad got. So this views these are active clicks. All right, so ad 4, got 360 all the way down here to ad 1. All right, actually let me do a little bit more. All right, it's a little bit more. All right, so now this right here is important. This is the click-through rate. All right, so this is the actual click-through rate of the landing page. All right, so basically once they land on a landing page, call from. All right, so this is the actual click-through rate of the landing page. All right, because not everybody that lands here is going to click here. All right, so basically this is saying, if 10 people land on this page, then 1 is going to actually click through to the offer. All right, obviously they have to click through the offer in order for it to make money. So click-through rate here is important. As you can see, the reason why I sent so much traffic to ad 4 is because it had a higher click-through rate. Now, this only had 1 click, 6 views, 1 click, so you really can't draw any meaningful data just from 1 click. But 50, this was clearly a winner. Now, I probably could actually, I should actually probably turn ad 3 back on as well, because even the 8% isn't that far off. Definitely these are just not enough. You spend $11 and only get 2 clicks on the offer. Or I said the offer only pays $10, so it's not going to work. So this is one area thing where your tracking is important. So that you can kind of see what went on. All right, so this still has not had any conversions, and we spent however much it said we spent here. Actually 173, so it's pretty close. So what I did, so I was like, okay, well, this is the ad I started with. So I was like, well, maybe it's just a little too sensational. Maybe this got Trump, and then they click on it, and then they're not really thinking about the Medigap insurance. So then I made some more ads just for like kind of no Trump, the typical worried old couple. Maybe something like this. But the click-through rate was so Okay, this is on mobile. So yeah, so this is no Trump and just straight up about Medicare. Don't be confused. We can help. Blah blah blah. But it just the click price was high for one thing. Just gets out of the way. This guy's computer is slow. All right, so as you can see, it's almost it's more than double the price per click. All right, and that's because the click through rate is lower on the ad. So we can look at the click through rate of the ads. Maybe not. Let's see where our click through rates were. So this is on somebody else's computer. We basically kind of like rent these computers from people, or rent Facebook accounts from people. This computer's slow. All right, so we don't need button clicks. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. But we do need this. We do want to see the click-through rate. All right, I'm going to save this a second and make sure I do it again. Call it whatever. All right, so now got a click-through rate, and as you can see, as you probably would expect, the one with Trump is like way higher. Oh, actually, that was the first one I did. I had 4. Oh, I know why. I know why. Okay, yeah, because what happened was I changed it to desktop, and that's gonna it's gonna have a lower click-through rate. So anyway, but this is almost exactly the same as this one. So this was all on mobile. So as you can see, I mean, like it's like more than twice the click-through rate of the ones that didn't have Trump. So in this case, even though you're looking at 22 cents per click, I mean, it makes sense. Let's try to we can try to make this ad work. Okay. Sometimes an ad doesn't necessarily convert the best, but it's so much cheaper. You can get the traffic cheaper. And the reason you get the traffic cheaper is because the click-through rate is higher. Okay, so typically on any paid traffic source, whether it's Facebook or Google or whoever else, the higher your click-through rate, the higher click-through rate on your ad, the lower your click price is going to be. As you can see right here, 22 cents. It's triple the price here, just because the click-through rate is not as good. All right, and even between these two, you got 2% and then 1.8%. Then bam, it's like it's like another 30 cents of a jump. So you know you want to make sure you want to get your ads seen. You want them to have a high click rate. People are gonna be scrolling on their phones through Facebook, and so that picture has to kind of stand out. Has to make them stop scrolling and look. That's the job of the picture. All right. So, but let's get back to the real deal here. We spent $173 and we made like 0 sales, 0 conversions. All right, so what could possibly be the problem? I mean, because we had, let's see, how many clicks? We had, I didn't put clicks on here. There we go. So we had 354 people clicked on the page. All right, they're obviously. Here's the other thing too, is my targeting. Here, I'll show you the targeting. And now I should have. I need to test my theory here. I, I, I messed up this campaign. Actually, what happened was this this thing, what was it called? The server that I had this domain hosted on, like whenever they initially set it up, they didn't have enough memory on it or whatever, so it was going to like an error page for a while. So I spent a bunch of money, not a bunch of it, but some of this money actually didn't go to the page. Actually, today this happens today. So, but anyway, what was I about to say? Oh yeah. Oh, let me show you the targeting. All right, so this offer pays more if the person is 64 or older. So, you know, naturally, that's what I chose for the ages that I wanted to reach. So I did this pretty broad. I think I just had people USA over the age of 64. I don't think I really did any interest in anything else. So it's a pretty big audience. Oh, here we go. Now, I'll get into the actual how to set up the campaigns like in a future class, but for here, I just kind of wanted to give you a general overview of this is what a campaign looks like. Okay, and this is what's going to happen when you start a campaign. You're not going to make money right away, as you can see here, because you don't know what's going to work. You're definitely not going to make money if you make stupid mistakes like I did. So, all right. So I just wanted to show you I just want to show you the audience. There we go. So all 64 plus, and that's it. So, we could look for interest maybe. I don't know if they have like Medicare. Yeah, see, they don't see. I got Medigap, but they're not. Man, this computer's killing me. They don't have that many people. Yeah, 85. This stuff is not enough. So yeah, so I just keep it with that. I mean, everybody 65 or 64 and older should be interested in that. So that's that. So let's get back to the thing here. All right, so we got 356 clicks. So let's see how many actually made it to the page. All right, yeah, that's actually showing 607. Oh, that's the whole. That's all time. That's okay, so we got all these clicks. We spent all this money. We got 0 conversions. Why? What do you guys think the problem is? Is? Any ideas? I thought you couldn't use celebrity pictures on FB ads. Who told you that? They allow it. Antoine said location. Nah, I don't think that's the problem. Here's what I think the problem is, and unfortunately, I had a technical difficulty, so I couldn't test it. But I think the problem is that it was mobile. Okay, and these people are 64 and older. So maybe 64 and older people are not quite on their phone. Like the younger people. You know what I'm saying? They might not be trying to fill out forms on their phone. So what I did was, I changed it. I changed the ad, like as you saw, the first ad I showed you was a desktop ad. So I changed it, but I don't think it got a whole lot of run. Let me check here. I don't think it got a whole lot of run. Let's see here. So here, let me look at breakdown for device. So say platform and device. There we go. That's just replacement device. All right, here we go. All right, so looks like here. Oh yeah, it's all. Let's add one. Where's that for? I want that one. Come on, this computer's killing me. It's just the only thing, man. I'm like team viewing into his computer and just got to put up with all this connection stuff, and it's just a pain. But hey, that's how you gotta do sometimes. Now, look, I'm not recommending. So you gotta understand, like, I'm more on the edge. So like, I'm not recommending that you use Donald Trump's picture. He is president now, so that might not be cool. Who knows? Um, but I'm just showing you what I'm doing, what I do. Right? Now my whole thing is do it till you get a letter. So if I get a letter from someone telling me to stop, then I'll stop. So that's that. But I'm not recommending that you do that. All right. So I know what I could do. Here's the other beauty of tracking. I can actually track this on here, so I can see exactly what devices we'll use. So here's I'm gonna kill there and just go look for device type. All right, so now you can see. Okay, so basically, it only spent $20 on the computer. I only got 2 clicks though. That's kind of weird. So yeah, so it didn't really spend a whole lot of money on the computer yet. So what I'll do is, I'll spend maybe like another $100 or so just on the computer and see what we get there. And if not, then just try new ads. For whatever reason, these ads just might not work. So, but but again, it's my theory, and I usually like if I'm aiming at a 65 plus audience, I usually do focus on desktop, but I like do so many things, and I was kind of on autopilot, and so it was all mobile. So I don't know if that's a problem or not, but we'll see. So stay tuned. So, but anyway, that those are 2 campaigns that we that actually started based on the spying stuff that we did last week. All right. So, and those 2 offers, I know that those offers work because they were given to me by people that I've seen the stats on them, so I know that they work. So because a lot of beginning affiliates. If something doesn't work, they're like, oh, something wrong with the offer, blah blah whatever. Normally it's not. Normally there's other affiliates that are could be killing it with the same offer. So, um, you know, if all else fails, the problem is normally the ad. Landing page could be a problem. It just could be like a bad mix. Like a lot of times, what you do to get a high click through rate on your ad doesn't really work out to be like a high click through rate on the offer. All right, like so your ad might stimulate a lot of creativity and make people click, but then once they click, there's like a letdown. They're like, well, I don't really want to see this stuff that they really want me to see, and so ends up kind of being a waste. So can we look at our thing now? Okay, so let's. Oh well, we already figured out what we were trying to do. So let me close the connection. Go back to what you were doing. And so I'll try it the desktop. If that don't get any traction, then I'll just scrap it and move on to the next offer. Because there's too many offers out here for you to really kill yourself just trying to make one work. So reconnect. So any questions on what you saw so far? I kind of wanted you to see a big picture, a little bit before we got into the minutia of actually setting up campaigns, because it can be quite tedious. I wanted to get back on his page, but I can't even close this thing now. All right. Is it okay to use WordPress for the pre-sale lander? Yes. Most baby boomers are on desktop, not on their phones. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So I'm going to try it on desktop. How do you pick only mobile traffic on FB ads? Well, if I could get on FB ads, I could show you. Let me find another account. Alright. Okay, the card is not big. All right, so anyway, you start your campaign. I don't know if we're going to be, how far we're going to be able to go. All right, so you could choose it right here in placements. So click edit placements, device types, mobile only. There you go. And to check that card. Let's see. Why are you using TeamViewer to access the accounts? Just curious. The reason I use TeamViewer is because if I log into, first of all, this is somebody else's account. Okay, this is somebody else's, like a real person's account. Because, like Facebook makes it very difficult for you to start it. Like you can't just start a new account and start advertising it. It's not going to work. Like Facebook knows, like the normal patterns that people have. So they know that people don't normally start a Facebook account and then advertise 1 week later. All right. If you advertise on Facebook, think about how long it took you to start advertising after you got your Facebook account. I mean, for me, it was like a couple of years. So, so Facebook knows there's like, lots of people out here like me that are trying to, beat the system and, have a bunch of Facebook accounts so I could advertise. So, so right away, I mean, so the easiest thing for them to do is get rid of like, new accounts that are, that are setting up ads. New accounts are fairly new accounts. So, even if your account's, 6 months old, still, they have data on millions and millions of accounts, so they know, they have an idea, a good idea of like when people should start advertising. So, and also, so then you say, okay, well, I'm going to use somebody else's account. All right, great idea. You got somebody else's account that's older. You could start an ads account, without raising a flag. Problem is, Facebook doesn't like you to log into the same account from two different places, especially if the places are far apart. All right, so if I'm using somebody's account in Alabama and I am in Maryland, Facebook is going to send them some kind of notice of like what is going on. Somebody's logged into your account. In order to prevent that, we've suspended your ad account. We shut down your ad account. All right, you can't spend any money. So that's you're banned. All right, so. Therefore, so if we use TeamViewer, so we use somebody's account on TeamViewer, then it's their computer. So we don't have to log in from a different IP, a different computer, different cookies and stuff. Is their computer. Facebook cannot tell the difference. They can't tell that I'm TeamViewer into this person's computer. So to them, is that person using their computer? So that's why. Will you show us how to use Landing Page Genius for tracking? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I just wanted to, it's a lot to get into. It's probably, I'm going to take like maybe like one whole class and just cover that. So, but I wanted to give you guys a kind of overview. What is the setup to start testing offers? How many ads, how many landers, how many offers? Good question. Let's talk about that for a second. All right. Obviously, depends on. Let me see. I'll put initial testing setup. I mean, if you have more than one offer, which hopefully you do, I would say 2+ offers. I mean, literally, the way to tracking. I mean, you could test as many as you want. But just keep in mind that the more variables you test, then the more money you have to spend, in order to keep it, see if it works. Because you have 2+. So let's just look at an example. So you have for landing pages. Again, the way I do it, you only really use one. But let's just, if you're using Landing Page Genius, only one. But let's just say you're not using Landing Page Genius. So I would test at least, I would say 5 different landing pages. All right. That's a preset page. And I would test at least, I would say 4 ads. So 4 ads. So right then and there, you're talking, if you got 2 ads, 2 offers, so that's 10. So that's 40 different, combinations you can have here. All right, 40 different combinations just from 2 offers, 5 landers, and 4 ads. But this is kind of like the minimum setup I would do. All right. Obviously, if you only have one offer, you only have one offer. You just test one offer. But it's nice to have 2 because if it doesn't work, whenever you split test one thing against another, one is always going to outperform the other. I mean, there's rarely going to be a tie. Okay, so you might, so it gives you a chance to get something that performs better. All right, so you run through these 40 combinations, and you probably won't even have to run through all 40 before a winner emerges. All right, so yeah, this is kind of like an initial setup that I would do on a minimum. Like I say, normally, and a lot of times I'll do more. Like if I have 10 offers, I'll throw all 10 of them in there. Landers we'll talk about, and then ads. I normally start 4 or 5 ads. So that's what I normally do. So we need the software Team Viewer. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna be logging to other people's accounts, you do. I mean, it's free, so it's cool. At what point do you cut placements, landers, and offers? Usually 3 to 5 times payout, but that could vary based on how much you spend per click. Yeah, absolutely varies, and it also varies on how much the payout is. Like if you're doing like $2, $3, like little legions or email smiths or something like that, I would say maybe 3 times. But if you're doing, say, something like like a nutraceutical offer where it's like $40 per conversion, I wouldn't go. I would normally go. I would go up to the payout once, because even if, because you look at here, you got 40. In this example right here, you got 40 combinations, and so if you spend $40 on each one, then you're looking at $1,600. I think, right? 40 times 40. Yeah. So but you know, you probably don't want to spend that much, and it's not necessary to spend that much because you know, like I was saying, like as you start spending the $40 on combos, then you can start limiting. Here's what I do. I like people. Here's what I do. I'm like, basically, I always want to at least double my money. That's my just baseline goal was to double my money. All right. For some like really big, high volume campaigns, you don't double your money. The profit margin is smaller, but you have more volume, so it makes up for it. So therefore, if it's a certain combination and I spend more than half the payout on it, and I still don't have a conversion, a lot of times I'll cut it in because even if it spends up to the payout. Now keep in mind this is like for a larger payout. I wouldn't do this for anything under like say $10. But if it pays out, anything over 40, like a 35, 40, like a rebuild offer, then there's gonna be so many combinations. Like I would maybe spend up to half the payout because I don't want to just break even. So I want something to happen before I spend half of the payout. So that's kind of like how I eliminate stuff in my initial testing, which is why I like to use landing page genius, because if you use other multivariate testing, like you gotta let the test run. You gotta go ahead and spend that $1,600. And the way I do it, like you don't have to spend it much. Probably by the time you spend, let me say $400 or $500, you'll have your winner. You'll have your winner because you can eliminate stuff that's not working right off the bat. So I hope that answers your question. So I say my typical rule of thumb is 1 time the payout, but if I have a lot of combinations going, then I'll make it half the payout. Let's see what else we got here. Questions? No problem, Jay. Does Facebook care if the fan page doesn't have many likes and engagement, or is it better to get likes and engagement? Yeah, it's definitely better to get likes and engagement. Absolutely, definitely better. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like for new pages, I buy likes. You know, but I mean, well, actually, let me rewind. Um, I buy likes not to just have likes. Let me back up. One of the ways that you're going to warm up your campaign, warm up your Facebook account, is you're going to probably do a like campaign. All right, so you're going to have this campaign just to buy likes. All right, so that's one way that you can start generating likes. Um, like right off the rip. But also, especially when you're doing really even for the right side ads, this happens too. But for a lot of ads that you place, like it'll say like how many likes you have. Like it'll have your ad, then it'll be like 3,000 people like this, or a lot of times it'll say like one of your friends' names. It'll be like such and such, and 3,000 other people like this. All right, so in that case, you don't want your ad coming up and it's like three people like this, five people like that. It's just like so weak, and so a lot of times, so like I'll buy likes like off of Fiverr.com, just like buy a couple thousand, just so you got a few right off the rip, and then we'll normally keep the likes campaign running like the whole time, even if it's like $5 a day, $10 a day, we'll keep it running. But once you start placing ads, especially the Nutrus type stuff, you'll get some engagement. Trust me. Not all of it is going to be good, but you'll definitely get something. But yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to just have a dead fan page there. You want it to have some stuff going on. All right, anything else? Any other questions? All right, so next week, so I just like I said today, I just want to kind of give an overview of what the ads like look like, kind of what the campaign looked like, kind of like what tracking looks like. So next week we're gonna get deeper into it. All right, I'm gonna actually show you, how landing page genius works. I mean, this is kind of difficult for me because I know it's a newbie class. Even though I think most people on here aren't like stone cold newbies. I think you kind of have an idea. But it's like I could like say, okay, this is split testing, and then this is multivariate testing. When the thing about it is like I don't split test. Okay, I only do multivariate testing. So it's like I might as well just show you exactly what I'm doing instead of kind of like showing you, the easy way first. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how it's gonna work for you. Hopefully it works, but I'm just gonna show you what I do. All right. So hopefully it works out. If it doesn't, let me know. So next week we will get into, and actually I'll have it. Oh, I'm be on vacation next week. Um, I still might do it though. Yeah. Let me. I'm gonna have to let you guys know because I think to make sure that the internet situation is secure and everything. Um, so yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be on vacation next week. So yeah, I'm not sure about next week. I might do one, I might not. I don't know. So what I will do though is either way, what I'll do if I don't have a class, then I'll send you guys a video of something, um, that you can learn from. So we'll do it like that. All right. I have an idea to use CV Labs, Landing Page Genius, and mobile opt-in platform. Do you think I can integrate these platforms to work together? Absolutely. Yeah, we do it all the time. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys being on here. Hopefully that stuff makes sense to you. I promise next time I'll actually have some conversions to show you. but it's good though. It's good because people be expecting like these insta riches, and it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Like I always say, you got to kiss a lot of frogs. You got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find those winners. And so, and paid traffic, you got to pay. You got to pay for the data. You're not losing money. You're buying data because figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So right now we know some stuff that doesn't work. So just got to figure out what works. So I'll keep you guys updated on these other campaigns. I'm going to work on those before the next class. So I'll keep you guys updated and see and let you guys see what happens with the tax one is no longer. So we'll see what's up with the Medicare. All right, guys. And share your screen from the start. Yeah. Sorry about that. It's like 2 weeks in a row. Oh. What software do you need to purchase? Can you PM me that, please? No, I'm going to show you right now. This is what the two things right here. Superfillerrockstar.com/CVV lab. Superfillerrockstar.com/LPG. I'll put them in the chat for you. How's that? I'll send it to everybody. So yeah, so that's the tracking that I use. You can buy it. All right, guys. You guys have a good weekend, and like I said, I'll be in touch early next week and let you guys know what's up with the next class. Peace.